You're not 8 years old. I thought you got some sense.
Hola. From the west side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And it's probably Saturday for a lot of you guys because I'm on very late tonight. But if you called me earlier, I was on for a little while earlier while y'all listen to me folding clothes and talking. But it has been a cool evening, just chilling. I floated around a little bit on YouTube, listened to a few live streams. You know, it's the normal drama going on around. You think people would eventually let it go, but they don't. And then I saw a few people who are out and about, clubbing and doing all kinds of non-social distancing activities. I saw that on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Like, I guess, some people just don't believe that this is something that's real. I even heard some guy who was a Trump supporter stating that the Democrats were in cahoots with China. And they created the corona so that it would compromise the election. Y'all, people have vivid imaginations. I mean, now that's a good one. That's a good one. The Democrats were in cahoots with China. But here in the West, at least in the county that I'm in, we're about to go back on curfew. I feel like I'm in high school. I feel like I'm in high school. And why are we going back on curfew, you might ask? Well, because here in my brilliant county, we decided that when you got 4,500 or more cases in a day, that we would just push it up. So apparently we had a brilliant day with 4,500 cases. This, I guess, is a spillover from people partying on Halloween, huh? So after this beautiful Thanksgiving that all of us social distance, because a lot of people did, we are now going to be punished for the people who don't social distance and went around spreading. It's to me, it's like, I wonder if my church is going to ever be able to be back in the building, anytime soon. Now, thankfully, I go to a church where we're still giving. So our church is able to maintain paying the staff. Oh, and we own all of our property, so we don't have any mortgages on those properties that are affiliated directly to the church. We have a couple of other properties that our church owns that are not on site that we're in the process of paying off. But we paid off all those properties after the Big Short. Actually, we were trying to pay them off during, right before the Big Short, and we were able to pay them off. So we don't owe anybody any money on our actual church. But we like, the benefit of using it. Because, we're not paying someone, but we still have to pay the electricity, still have to pay the water, even though there's nobody in there using those things. And someone still has to go through the building every once in a while. Those kind of things. But, we're back on lockdown on Monday in LA County, which means that there's going to be people losing their jobs again. Less than a month before Christmas. How nice is that? I guess we're going to, people are really loving Governor Newsom right now in the state of California. But anyway, I did have a good Thanksgiving. I talked about it in my earlier stream, but the Zooming was interesting, but it was nice to see my family on Zoom and it not be a work meeting on Zoom, so it was nice. And, and it was funny watching my 81-year-old dad on the Zoom, trying to figure it out and everything. That part was funny. And it was also funny watching my 81-year-old aunts on my mom's side doing the Zoom. But she had a good time coming on there, excuse me, seeing all of us. I have a lot of cousins. And I think like about 15 of us made it onto the Zoom. And that wasn't even all of us. There's like here in California, out of the ones here in California, 3 of us made it on. This is my first cousins. 1 in California did not make it on. And then most of my cousins that are in Texas made it on, as well as the ones that were in New Orleans made it on. And then from DC, 2 of the 3 in DC made it on. So it was a really nice time. Really, got to talk to family for a minute, and we all, just talked about what we were thankful for and what we, hope to happen in the new year. And hopefully family will come in agreement with all of those things, because your girl DC does have some things that she does hope to come into fruition. And I'm going to be working to make them come into fruition. One of the things I'm working on is getting this channel monetized. And I'm telling you, y'all, whew, it's nerve-wracking looking at your watch hours every day and watching them go up and down, y'all. They've gone down again, but it's okay. I'm hoping that by tomorrow they'll be back up, because I know that there are people watching my playlists. I know, and it's like we're fighting against the hours on that same day last year. So it's like I have to match the hours on that day plus some in order to not lose hours. And on the days that I don't do that, I lose hours. So I think it's because I did not come on last night and do a live stream. But it was so much going on last night. It was, it was a time to spend with family. And to be honest with you, like at the end of the day, I was trying to get everything in the fridge. And after I'd done that, I just kind of chilled out and, finally went to bed. And started today all over again. But, today I've come on twice. So hopefully that counts for something, YouTube. But I have noticed, and that it appears that my algorithm is starting to move. And hopefully I'm moving to where it is that I want to be. It looks like I'm, based on my recommendations and how I'm coming up with recommendations, that I'm starting to move to the algorithm that I want to be in. I'm definitely getting more of the autism channels. I'm definitely getting more of the mom blogs coming up. So that's where I want to be. Sorry, not sorry, but I'm an autism channel, and, obviously I want to be in a different sector than the Section 8 sector of Black YouTube. I have no problem being in Black YouTube because I am obviously a Black YouTuber. Oh, and if you guys haven't noticed, I changed my brand picture today. And today, instead of the cartoon version of my photograph, the actual photograph is up there. That's my brand. Yeah. I don't know. I got to figure out how, I forget what app I used to make that into a cartoon, but I think I want to do it again and try to make it darker so that it's like closer to my complexion, because I don't want anybody thinking that, I'm trying to make myself look lighter because I'm a brown girl.
That's time to go on. See you around, light skin.
My guy thinks I'm crazy. But he doesn't even understand. He has no idea what I'm talking about because, he knows I don't have no issues with my beautiful brown skin. He knows I have no issues with it. And I know that that right now it is just jumping and popping all over YouTube. So people are everywhere but here. And I'm okay with that because y'all come back through on the replay. Catch the replay. Catch the replay. So anyway, it was a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm actually looking forward to something that I have coming in tomorrow. Some purple bar stools. And I'm hoping that I think I got them the height that they're going to be perfect so that if I want to, I can kind of change my background or change where I'm sitting, my location rather, for when I come on, because I've got a beautiful place in my kitchen that I could clear out, have a little chair sitting there, and then I could sit there at the computer, like sometimes when I'm eating my breakfast breakfast, do lives from there, or while I'm cooking, and make it a little bit more versatile for me when I'm on here, so that I'm not always, if I need to be moving around, on my phone. Just thinking long term. And I have been looking at cameras, you guys. Been looking at cameras. Hey, 1SP. Thank you for liking it and sharing, my friend. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. We are back on lockdown as of Monday in my county, which means my city, because I believe everyone is going to adhere to the lockdown in LA County, except for the city of Pasadena, who says they gonna do their own rules. So they gonna do their own rules. But the rest of us, yeah. So I guess that means we have that businesses have to be closed by 10, and that basically, you know, they want people to not be hanging out in the streets between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. But, think about it. Late at night, there's not a whole lot of good things that people are up to if they're out in the streets late at night. Because I'm watching people, in other cities that don't have to shut down, where people are out at bars, they're at clubs. Like, what clubs are open right now? And what is wrong with y'all in y'all 20s and 30s hanging out in all of these places, not social distancing, not wearing any masks? Are you guys having that same issue across the border, 1SP, with people congregating and not social distancing? Because it's becoming an issue. And I know that, a lot of people probably had large groups and everything. And, I wish. But we did not do that. Like, my family on my mom's side, a lot of them live in the Dallas area or live in Texas. And so generally, they all congregate in one of the cities. But they didn't do that this year. They did a Zoom, and then they decided to add everyone in the entire family onto the Zoom. Because normally, we would call or FaceTime. Each one of us would just FaceTime over to each other's houses and stuff. This was a lot easier. It was a great idea. My cousin did it on my mom's side, and then my sister did it with our immediate family. And it looks like we will be doing Zooming again for Christmas. Unfortunately. But I was able to watch the football game yesterday. The annual Turkey Day game between my hometown team and the Dallas Cowgirls. And we won. So as sorry as we are, Washington is number 1 in the NFC East right now, you guys. And I'm smiling about that because we beat Dallas handily. I think the final score was 41-16. I should have picked a bigger spread because I was trying, I had the Redskins winning, or the Washington football team, or whatever you want to call them. I had Washington winning, but I didn't give them enough point spread because I said 10. I should have said 10. I should have said more than 10. There was one that was 10-15, and then they had one that was. I should pick the highest one. I should have. I didn't even think that but I did pick that the score. If I had said I picked 40, that it was going to be a under 40 game because I didn't think that they were going to score 40 points. So I just was wrong all the way around, y'all. Because I should have said 40 plus, and I should have picked the wider spread. Could have won me some money, even though I don't gamble. But it was, that Terry Bradshaw sweepstakes on the app. That would have been some money that, of course. Now, see, if I ever win money, I would give my tithe, give my 10. I would automatically. So if I had won that $50,000, because that's all it was. It was $50,000. I would have had to give my $5,000 to my church. Oh, you want to come up? Right. Let me get it. I'll let you come up. Let me copy it. All right, I'm gonna drop it in. All right. It should be hitting the chat in a minute. You know how that goes. It goes slowly. Yeah, because it's me and you. Just me and you. Just you and me, baby. That's that song. Oh, y'all know I'm silly when it's late. But I don't care. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Are you coming up on SP? Have you caught Angel live lately? I haven't caught him when he's come on live. You know he got monetized. But I haven't been able to catch him because I've been so busy grinding.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm here again. Yeah. Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Happy belated. Don't they have Thanksgiving in Canada too? They do it before we do though, don't they?
I don't participate in that.
You don't participate in their stuff.
I don't participate in Thanksgiving, so
a lot of people don't.
I mean, I defended the U.S.
Yeah.
When I was in the military. I still didn't understand why do I have to celebrate a day that Native Americans were swindled, a treaty were made that was dishonored 200 years later. So I don't understand.
Well, they have started to teach in the schools. Now they're starting to teach the actual their perspective of it versus the one that we all learned when we were in school. They're starting to teach the perspective of how the Indians, or rather the Native Americans, how the Native Americans saw that from I think it's the Ponte tribe. That was, yeah. So they've been teaching theirs, because I talked about that last year.
Yeah.
I got on here. Yep, I talked about it. It was not it. What really happened was not pretty. I mean, you know, the pilgrims or the whoever they were came over here and brought all their European diseases and starved the Indians out.
They didn't really starve the natives. You know what I don't understand? Speaking of natives, you know what I don't understand? Why does a native have to live on a reservation to get tax-free
But see,
living?
a lot of that stuff is not true. I was watching on Instagram, actually. Viola Davis reposted something for Native American Day. And it was a Native American on there, and he was busting a bunch of the myths. He says they do have to pay taxes. He says most Native Americans do have to pay taxes. They don't live on reservations. And he says they have to pay for college.
Well, I know from the Native Americans that was in the military with me,
I know people that are in my generation that got to go to college for free.
They have to pay taxes for almost anything, because they were in the military, and plus they were Native Americans. So, they didn't have to pay for anything. But, I've seen, where their relatives have to pay, at stores and all of that. And it made no sense to me. Like, I mean, you basically showed everyone who came to this land how to live on it. Like, why are you paying taxes? It makes no sense to me.
Exactly. They have to pay taxes. It's a myth that they all can go to college for free.
Like, if a Native American decides not to pay taxes, what you can't, like, deport them. So, like, what you gonna incarcerate them for, like, being like, hey, look,
they're gonna do the same. Exactly, do the same thing that they do to us. It's a trip, though. But I think that those specific things about not paying taxes, those only apply to the people that are part of the tribal councils.
Well, I see right now that they're starting to, go to casinos and get bailouts for whatever county that casino is in, like Las Vegas. Around that area, they do bailouts for the counties over there and stuff like that. So they're going to, like, allow the reservations and getting bailouts, and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there's two, like here in Southern California, there's two casinos that are on native land. There's Pachanga and what is the other one called? Something. But there's two of them. And they're like out like the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area. My. There's also there's also reservation land out there. And the only reason I know this is because years ago when I worked for a bank, we used to do loans on reservation land, and they had to go through the Indian Bureau. And the person had to be of Native American. They had to be from that particular tribe in order for them to, to have land and to get a loan on a house. It was like it was all these hoops that they had to jump through. I hated doing business with the Indian Bureau. They were horrible.
I really don't see.
But do you know that, like, most of those payday loans that they have out now, the payday loans that are on the internet?
Yes.
Most of those are tribal councils are doing most of those. That's them who are doing those loans.
Mm.
A lot of them.
Like
Or whoever the company is backed by those tribal councils because they can't be sued. So when people get their loans through them and everything, and if something goes wrong, they have to go through the arbitration process, and the arbitration process is with the tribal councils about those payday loans. I think some of those big companies are backed by them. It's crazy. I saw a whole documentary about it. That's why I know.
Well, I see that a lot of natives are like when they wind up, conceiving children with white people, they wind up getting kicked out the tribe. But if they go to a black person, they wind up staying in their tribe. So I don't understand that. I really don't understand how that works. But I've seen stuff like that. Like I said, in the military, it was a lot of Native Americans while I was in there.
Your sound went out, 1SP.
Oh, it did.
Now I
Hello?
can hear you. Now I can hear you.
I said, when I was in the military, you seen Native Americans get married with white people, and they'll wind up having a child, and because they're married with the white person, they'll wind up getting kicked out because their child is no longer considered Native American. Whereas when the Native American married with the black person, for some reason, that child is still recognized as a Native American. So they can.
If their child is part black, they're still Native American. I know it's crazy.
I don't understand it.
I don't know why, but because I have a lot of us have. Think about it. Even though they make it a joke, there really are a lot of black people who have Native American in their families. But generally, it's like a couple of generations back for most of us. But there was a guy that used to work with me, and he worked in finance with me, and he left and moved back to his home in Connecticut because he was 25%. He could prove that he was enough Native American that he could go work at the casinos, and he could make more money working at the casino than he could working in real estate finance. Make more money. They make that kind of money. He was like, I can make 6 figures. Bye, I'm gone. And he was black, but he was also Native American. So you're right. If they're black, if they marry somebody black, their kid is still considered Native American.
I don't understand how the blood pool worked like that, but
I don't know, but for whatever reason, but I think it has something to do with the animosity to white people. So if they taint their blood with white, then that kid that they don't get the benefits of being Native American. But because our ancestors were slaves, you see what I'm saying? That they don't see that as tainting their blood. Even though a lot of us got white in us too. So isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying.
Ain't
none of us 100% black.
I don't even like thinking about all of that.
But I'm just saying, I think it might have something to do with the dichotomy between Native Americans and white people.
One of the things that I got in trouble for when I was on African American studies, that there were gay slave owners. You know, like hey, like my professor really got on me about this because, like, why would I bring that up? And I'm like, right now you see that like there's an open gay movement where back then it was frowned upon in the black community a lot. It was frowned upon, but yet it's still a lot of slave owners were gay men, and they were sleeping with their slaves, their male slaves and stuff. You know, and it was hidden a lot, and I had to do a lot of like reading and investigating.
Your mic went out again. 1SP.
Man, I think that's the FBI, man.
The FBI trying to get you.
I think that's the FBI. The FBI, the CIA.
You talking and I don't hear nothing you saying.
Yep, that's the
It's static. I swear to God. All I hear is static now. All right, yeah, come back. Go out and come back. Man, I hate it when the sound goes out like that. I'll bring up the music a little bit so y'all not just hearing dead air from me. Hey, Reno. Yeah, 1SP was having technical difficulties, so hopefully he will come back. Thank you very much. Okay, he's back. Let me see. Give me 1 second, 1SP. Let me grab my mouse. All right, there you are.
Yeah,
all right.
I see it.
Okay,
So,
I can hear you now.
All right, yeah, that's the FBI and the CIA doing all of that. You know,
They be on your phone, huh?
they be all over the place. You know, I mean.
Well, see, that's because you north of the border.
Well, my last video was a little political. I think like they was watching that too. I mean, it was a little political. You know, I shouldn't have did a video like that, but I was like, oh well, I might as well. I don't think that the FBI gonna be like, hey, look at that guy. He's talking about the governor in Florida. No, I don't think they was like that. But now I get a lot of views. I got a lot of views on it. I'm like, I think they were looking at it. I think they were looking at it. You know,
You just never know what people are. You just never know what they looking at.
Brother Malcolm once said, if it is empowering to the black people, then the FBI is going to try to shut it down. So I guess
Your
so.
sound went out, 1SP.
Oh, see that?
Okay, now I can hear you. I think it's just how you have the you have it facing.
Malcolm X once said, if it is empowering to black people, then the FBI going to try to take it down. So.
Well, like I remember back in the day, people used to make it would be so crazy that people would have conversations or they would have texts when they were talking about illicit substances, and they would talk about buying things like records or CDs, but they were talking about something else because they were trying to say what they wanted to say, but I guess say it.
Use code.
Yeah, use codes. But I'm like, but I can read that and figure out that that's what you're talking about. So if I can figure that out, what makes y'all think they don't know that that's what you're talking about? They, we all know they got all our phones have GPS on them. They know where we are. We ain't hiding unless you have a satellite phone. They always know where we are.
They can ping satellite phones too.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more difficult on the satellite phones because that's the phones that they use.
Yeah, they could ping them too. They could ping anything.
Like in the government, they make sure that they like the president or all of them have a different kind of phone. Now, They weren't able to get Trump's phone out of him. So we'll see what happens. But I'm sure Mr. Biden will probably oblige them and just go along with the protocol.
Oh no, I think Biden is like on his last leg right now.
Well, you know,
I mean, he forgetting a lot of
we,
stuff.
we only need him. We only need him for 4 years.
You don't even need him. It looks like we ain't gonna have him that long. He forgetting a lot of stuff.
Well,
Oh
but he younger than my
y'all
dad.
really want? Hey, people really want Trump out of office that bad that they would get
They wanted him out of office that bad.
Yeah, that they would get a man that is forgetful. I mean, like completely forgetful, oblivious. Put him in office, knowing that he gonna forget everything. What I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, Biden is, you know, this. I hope this is the last old president that we have, because I'm tired of us having old men as presidents.
Well, old white men at that.
Exactly. You know, and I was wrong because I thought that having Kamala Harris on the ticket with him would hurt him, but it did not. It did not because
Harris is pretty cool. It's just that I don't know. She don't like people in jail that much. He don't like people in jail. She don't like people in jail. So they think. Remember, they asked Biden. It was like,
but see,
so what would you do if you have another Breonna Taylor situation or another George Floyd situation? He said the same thing as last administration.
Well, we're gonna see, because I doubt seriously that the situations are gonna stop. I think that unless they make some changes at the national level, it's just going to continue to be crazy.
Well, like I said in my last video, I admitted, you know, I was like, look, you know, we talk about we giving, you know, police protection and all of that. You know, that's what the governor of Florida is doing. He's giving them additional protection. You know, I'm like, how much protection you gonna get them? The protection that they need is a mask. They don't wear their mask. They're the ones that's going around killing everybody with COVID. Like, that's exactly what I said in my last video. I'm like, if they live in a community that they serve, then you ain't need to give them extra protection because they already be in that community. There would not be a such thing as a high crime area if you move the police into that area where they serve.
But see, that's the whole thing is that police should live in the communities that they serve. If you serve in South Central LA, then you should live in South Central LA. If you are serving in the middle of Jacksonville, then that's where you should live. You shouldn't live out in the suburbs. I agree. But the question is, with all the reform that they're going to be doing, is that going to be part of the reform? Because it's true.
All of this reform is a bunch of nonsense because as many bills as they already put out for the police to be paid and all of that, what you don't need police reform. You need police accountability. That's what you need. Give them incentives to live in the community that they serve in. Stop giving them incentives for you know, attacking that person or giving them a promotion for that person. You giving them promotions for crime.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Instead of giving them promotions for crime, give them promotions for not having crime.
Yeah.
Not having crime. Understand what I'm saying? They get incentives for catching people. Get them incentives for having no people to catch.
That's true. That is true. But supposedly, see, and it's like
okay,
I don't even know what he really is going to do in his first 100 days.
We got people that's on death row, had the death penalty. I mean, we even had people that survived the death penalty, the execution, and execute them again. That makes no sense. Why would you? That's double jeopardy. Why would you execute somebody then execute them
Yeah,
again?
they don't seem to have a humane way to do it,
Like they
in my
do.
opinion.
Like I've never heard. Like it makes no sense to me when what's her name? The Love Empire, when she said that double execution is not the law, it's against the law. Double execution is double jeopardy. I was on board. I was on board. If somebody been executed already, they survived the first execution, then give them life. They shouldn't even be on death row no more. They shouldn't even get executed again. They already survived the first execution. Give them life. Give them life or something.
That's true, though.
Give them life or something.
Florida is a mess, though. You know that.
And I honestly think
Your mic went out, 1SP.
they keep doing that. Hello?
Yep.
They keep going out, but I'm talking about a lot of things. I agree with the Love Empire with a lot of things. You know, you want to raise minimum wage, you know, and stuff like that. She wants street police to be seen as officers instead of just entities of a school.
I don't hear you no more.
Hello?
Yep, now I hear you.
You know, okay, so
let me come on. I said, let me come on camera. I said, so you know when you don't hear me. Hold on, let me see. How do I? Oh, there I go.
you know school police?
Okay.
Oh, there you go. What David? I thought he was right there.
Yep, I'm right here.
Oh, I hear David in the background. Oh, King David in the background.
No, that's Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
From when she was Storm in the X-Men.
Oh yes. One of my favorites of all time.
Yep, that's Halle Berry.
Two of my favorite of all time.
Yep, that's from the X-Men.
And Yoda. That's it. Halle Berry and Yoda.
Yep, that's from the X-Men. He signed it too down at the bottom. It has her signature on it.
Okay.
Right there. Right down there. That's why it's in there, so I can keep the signature. Yeah.
I'm glad she signed it.
Yeah, no, I got that at it was at an autism charity benefit silent auction. And so I got it in a silent auction. I actually got a couple of pictures. The other one is of the girl with the red hair. I got her picture too. Up, he dropped again, you guys. Hey, underrated. How are you? Good morning. 1SP is having sound troubles. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody else wants to come up. And in case he needs it again too. Let me put it back in there. There you go. Okay, now it's in there. All right, there we go. Let's see. Put it back in there again. We trying to do this. It's a Friday night. Darkness is the best. Yep, underrated darkness. Yeah, no, what? I think it's going to be interesting the first 100 days when Mr. Biden gets in office. We're going to have us another old president, y'all. I'm so tired of old men, y'all. Aren't y'all tired of old men? I'm tired of them. You want to come on, David? David is dying to come up here. So all right, I'm gonna let. Hey JT,
What's going on? How you feel?
I'm doing good. My son wants to come and crowd us in, so he's gonna come sit down too. Hold on.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, friend?
Say hi.
Yeah, hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
He said he's doing fine.
That's great. That's great. Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you.
Tell him your name.
My name is David.
That's right. His name is Dave. Say David.
David.
And that's JT.
That's the T.
Yep, JT.
So proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Okay.
That's nice.
He just wanted to come on camera for a second. That's his thing.
That's all right. That's all right.
So how was your yesterday? Because I don't know if you celebrate Thanksgiving or not.
I really don't care about it. I was in the house by myself.
Okay. Well, it was me, my son, and my dude. It was that was it.
Okay.
And then I zoomed with my family.
Okay.
Zoomed with my mom's side, and then I zoomed with my dad and his wife,
Okay.
and that was it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I would. No, well, today's Saturday. I did a live yesterday. It was all right. Yeah.
Well, it's still Friday here.
Yeah, that's why you on the west side, right?
I'm on the west side, but only for 3 minutes. It's only gonna be Friday for 3 more minutes. Then it'll be Saturday here. But
okay.
But no, today I went and got me some more purple hair.
Oh, I see. Oh, you get your purple. Okay.
I'm taking these out and I'm gonna be putting some more in. So I had to go get me more, stuff, decorations for my hair, and so we can stay with with my beads and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be doing my hair early in the morning. By the time I come on, it'll be done.
That's what's up. You keep up the good work.
Yeah. So are you just going to enjoy your Saturday?
I don't know. I'll probably do a live like early afternoon, something like in the morning. It depends. I know I gotta go do some food shopping because I get some more stuff.
Yeah, I gotta go get some stuff this weekend because we going into lockdown again.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Monday. So now people are out at the stores buying toilet paper again. I don't understand the toilet paper. I don't get it. I don't get the toilet paper.
Mm.
I still don't understand the toilet paper, but the stores are running out of toilet paper again. I'm like, what do you people do with all this toilet paper?
Right, I know.
How many times are they taking a dump? And it's men getting all this toilet paper, so I'd be like, what y'all need all this toilet paper for? I think they're taking it and then they're reselling it personally.
All day, they fasting, they need something to let out.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's a crocodile. I just turned and looked at the TV and it was this huge crocodile.
Mm.
But I don't know how we're gonna do this lockdown again.
Mm. Did they say how long y'all gonna be on lockdown?
Nope, not yet. I think like they started the restaurants closed. That was supposed to be for 3 weeks. So I guess this is for 3 weeks. I guess they're gonna try to probably take it up through the holiday, which sucks. Because now that basically means that if anybody was thinking they was going to go traveling at Christmas, that's not going to even happen.
No, it ain't.
Because once they put us on lockdown, then okay, now you can't go out of state.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to work. I wanted to go see my dad at Christmas, but I guess I'm not. I guess I'll have to wait until January
Oh, okay.
because my dad and we have birthdays that are 5 days apart.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, and my birthday is the first week in February. His birthday is the last week in January, and I believe that his birthday next year is on the weekend.
Oh.
So that's why I'm thinking I might go back and visit, you know, because maybe he'll take a day off. We had that conversation yesterday. He's not retiring. He thinks about it, but he's not retiring.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay, but you know, like, you know, I said, but Dad, you know, you don't bother. He don't care that he's 81 and those other doctors are they don't know he 81.
Mm.
That's what he said. He says they don't know I'm 81.
Mm.
So, but he's not in like an emergency room. I mean, he's like basically in his office. He's a dermatologist. So,
Okay.
and most of his patients during this entire pandemic have been like how we're doing, a Zoom call.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not even seeing anybody in person, which sucks because my dad is the bomb dermatologist.
Yeah, you know his thing. How long you been doing it?
Let me think. I remember when my dad graduated from medical school. My dad graduated from medical school when I was 6. So he's been a doctor since 1969.
Oh, wow.
That's when he graduated from medical school.
Oh, that's 50. That's it. That's 51 years.
Since 1969. He graduated the same year my sister was born. My sister was born in 69, and that's when he graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Hey, Latoya.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, but go support the sister right here. She do great work. We need to make sure that she is doing a thing.
Yeah, I'm almost to monetization, JT.
Congratulations.
I'm at 30. I'm like at 39, 3,900 hours, and it just stays right around 3,900. I'm like that last 100 is so I'm like sweating for that last 100 hours.
It's just like that. It's like that. This is but when you get past, it's going boop. Oh, whatever.
It's like I'm just hoping that I can get through it. By my goal is to get that 100 by Monday. So anybody who wants to run my playlist, please feel free to run my playlist. I'm running my playlist, y'all. Run my playlist. I have a 20-hour playlist. I feel like you can just set it up, start it when you go to bed, let it play, and it'll be done like by midday.
Yeah.
I had a couple of playlists, but right now I'm playing. My son is playing one of my playlists on one of his devices, and I'm playing one of my playlists on one of my devices. And then I'm on, and then tomorrow I'll probably do a couple of lives. I'm just trying to finish getting those minutes so it can say that I have 240,000 plus minutes. We all know it's like, I hate that it's in minutes, but it's in hours when I go to the when I look at it on my laptop. But it's in minutes when I look at it on my in my YouTube studios on my device. And they still don't match. One says they're always off by a little bit. So until I see it say it's, the 4,000 hours in the studio that's on the laptop, I'm not going to believe it anyway. And supposedly now they supposedly send you a email when you hit your 4,000 hours.
Yeah, it always been like that, right? Yeah.
So I know they watching. I'm watching too. I'm watching daily. Daily, I'm watching my hours, because I'm trying to make sure that I put out more hours than whatever I did on the same date last year, so I don't lose any hours. It's crazy, but once I get past it, I'll be good. Because I'm watching people get monetized, so I'm like, okay, it's almost my time. We're all pushing towards it.
Right.
Yeah, because I heard in January they're gonna start putting ads on everybody's channels.
That's what I heard too, right?
Yeah, and I want to get paid, so that's why I'm like, let me hurry up because
Yeah, because I gotta fix my monetization on my channel. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. So
yeah, because I'm like, I don't want you to be playing ads on my channel for free, and I don't get anything because I'm hoping that because my channel is kind of like a mom blog, that I get a higher click per view, but we'll see what YouTube thinks, because it's hard to figure out which topics and stuff get the highest click per view. Hey, Terry. Terry just came in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Are you working tonight, Terry? Or are you off? He's been working a late shift lately. Are you off, Terry? I know it takes a minute for it to come over. That's why I'm like watching my phone. When you see me looking down, I'm looking at the phone because I can see the chat come in faster than in StreamYards. It takes forever. Yep, he's at work. He is at work. I'm gonna get ready to get off of here, JT, because I'm about to pull these braids down out of my hair.
Okay. Yeah, I just came to show you love and everything.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you're gonna be on tomorrow. I'm gonna try to come through because I will be floating through YouTube tomorrow. Since what else am I gonna do? We're about to go on lockdown. After I go and get whatever I need to have in the house, I guess I'll be at home.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely I'll probably do a little something later on today. It depends.
Okay, so it'll probably be morning for me, like late morning for me if it's afternoon for you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, then I will come through.
Okay. Go support DCThePurpleDiva.
And please support the underrated one, Underrated Darkness. Please support him. He does great breakfast and lunchtime chats. Y'all need to listen because I'm always listening to the replays when I miss them all the time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate it.
I'll see you later, JT.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Peace.
All right, you guys. I am going to get off of here because I am about to see these braids. And it doesn't look like it, but like all I have to do is do like this and it'll literally come out. Shame on DC. But I'm not trying to tear my hair out, so I'm not going to braid them so tight that I can't get them out. So when I first do them, they're really, really tight, and they're really, really tight for a few weeks. But y'all do realize that I've had these braids in my hair for like 6 weeks. It's time for them to go. And contrary to popular belief, I do wash my hair with the braids in it. Unlike other people, I wash my hair with the braids. The braids are not that heavy that you can't wash your hair. Not washing your hair with braids is nasty. Okay? It's nasty. I wash my hair with the braids. But I can't wait to take them out so I can really wash my hair. And just for those of you who wonder, my hair is like about almost halfway down my back without the braids. That's why it's always in braids, so I can keep that long hair. But I'll see you guys tomorrow or today, later today. Later today, I'll be on this morning. I'll probably have my hair in a head wrap if I haven't done it yet. But I will see you guys. Until then, I'll offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see y'all. Peace.